Hey, let's talk about the top two things that we can learn from an ancient geyser for our life and our business. A couple of things that I've discovered while I was out here waiting on Old Faithful to erupt. I'm out in Yellowstone National Park in the northwestern part of the United States of America, at one of the most consistent geysers, on the planet, and certainly one of the most sought after to go see and witness. And there's crowds from all over the globe here. There's actually less English spoken than any other language, I think, out here right now. It's amazing. It's awesome to see people from all over the globe. And I got thinking about it as we were sitting around waiting, because it's about give or take a 90-minute wait between when the geyser goes off each time, and that got me thinking about business and life and success. And sorry, I don't have a really good I'm a little bit lighter here now, trying to keep that in there without getting sun glare. So two things that are there. The first one is finding that one thing, that one specific skill that goes, there you go, I got a little bit better lighting, there we go. One specific skill that you're really, really good at, that's very, very unique. It's hard to replace you, not impossible, but it just really makes you stand out above the crowd and you get really good at it. That's that one skill that you have, your superpower that you want to tap into and figure out why that makes you, the go-to person for whatever that skill might be. And it could be literally anything, but this geyser's, that's its one skill is this amazing eruption, and it has this beautiful cone of minerals and things around it, and that really is the only thing it does. Is it just erupts, and it's happens to be taller than most of the other ones. There are some that are a lot taller eruption, but this is the one that is the easiest to kind of configure on when to see it. And that brings us to number two, is once you figure out what that one unique special thing is that you have, is being consistent. And this is one of the most consistent geysers on the planet. About every 90 minutes, give or take 10 minutes or so, it varies, but the park here is able to predict it. It erupts and it goes off literally almost like clockwork. And for something from nature that's built from way down in the core of the earth under this giant supervolcano that they call Yellowstone National Park, for something like this to happen is pretty amazing, that this pressure builds up. And again, about every 90 minutes, give or take a few minutes, consistently round the clock, day after day, year after year, it erupts. And that consistency has millions of people every year coming in to see this thing. People come from all over the planet and come specifically for watching the Old Faithful geyser, and it's really worth seeing. We saw the tail end of it, and we're waiting around for it to go off in a little while. You can see the crowd behind me is just starting to get their seats, because it's getting ready to go in, I don't know, about another 20 minutes, half an hour, I think. But those two things in particular, having that one specific unique talent that's you're the best at, and nobody can really replace you. You're really hard to replace, so you can give it to a lot of people. And that second thing is the consistency of delivering that package and that message and that talent regularly over and over. John Maxwell taught a thing about the rule of fives and doing the same thing 5 times every day. He related it to going down and chopping a tree. And if you went out into your backyard and you swung an axe at a tree 5 times every single day, yeah, it would take you a while to chop that tree down, but there's no question in anybody's mind that that tree would not eventually fall. Whereas if today you went out and chopped one tree 5 times, and the next day you go to the other side of the yard and hit one 5 times and one over there, and you're bouncing around to all these different trees, or you hit 5 trees one time each, it just doesn't make sense. It's really scattered, and it's not a very focused way to do it. So it's that same kind of concept. If you just keep chugging away and picking away at that stuff, or chopping away at that tree, you're going to make it. There's no question. There's no I wonder if it's going to happen, whatever your goal is, whatever your mission is. It's just a matter of people say, well, how long is it going to take? Well, you know what? It's hard to say how long it's going to take. It might take a year. It might take 10 years, but if you're doing something with a guarantee of success at some point, and if you're not doing that, you have a guarantee of no success at the 5-year or 10-year mark. And what if something that you're doing takes 5 or 10 years? Imagine how different your life is going to be at that point versus if you don't do a damn thing and you do nothing but the regular nothing. 10 years from now, you're guaranteed to just be an older, rustier version of you and your life. So don't be in such a big rush, and don't overestimate what you can do in a year. But it also, in the same respect, don't underestimate what you can accomplish in 5 or 10 years. It's really amazing, and it doesn't take a whole lot. All right, if you're exercising, or you're working on a specific project, or you're eating healthier, over time it's going to add up a lot. In the short term, it might not add up at all, and you get frustrated and give up. But in the long term, it's gonna make a difference. It's got to make a difference. There's no choice. It's a law. So with that, I hope you guys have a great day, and maybe I'll see if I can get some video of this later when it goes off and share it. Bye-bye.